Good morning, students. In the last practical, we were seeing the practical number 6. Okay. Now, in this practical, we will see next practical, that is practical number 7. Program to implement array of object. In the last practical, we were seeing the concept of classes and object. Now, in this practical, you want to perform a different programs on array of objects. You want to create a multiple objects and accept and display the data of that particular class of different object. This practical is also on a object oriented programming unit 2, that is classes and object. Now, first we will see the theoretical background behind this practical. We know the basic terminologies of classes and object. Class is an user defined data type which consists of data members and member functions. Okay, and object is an instance of a particular class. Suppose you want to create a one class student, then how to create the class? By using the class keyword, and first you want to specify class keyword. After that you want to provide a class name for that particular class. Okay, in this way you define a class, and in a class definition you want to write a data members, that means data members and member functions of that particular class. And how to create the object? First you want to define a class name, and after that you want to specify the name for the object. Suppose there is one class student and you want to create a two object of a student class, then how to create the object? Student S1 comma S2. S1 and S2 are the objects of a class student. Okay. Now in this practical you want to perform a programs on a concept of array of objects in C++. Okay. Array of variable type class is known as array of object. In a lecture session also we will see in the concept array of object. Okay. As store group of objects together, we will use the concept array of object. An array of object is an array of a class type is also called as array of object. An array of object is declared in the same way as an array of any built-in data type. How to declare an array? First you want to specify data type, then you can give the array name, and in square bracket you specify the size for that particular array. In the same way, there is a declaration for array of object. How to define an array of object? First you want to provide a class name as a data type, then object array name, and here you want to specify a size. Suppose there is one class student and you want to store or you want to accept the data or display the data for 5 students, then how to apply the array of object to that particular class? First student class is there, then object array name is here, and in square bracket you want to specify a size. If I want to store a 5 student record, then here I want to specify a size as 5. Then in the same way, by using a dot operator, we are accessing the data members and member functions that are defined in a class. Then see the questions. In a practical related question point here, first you want to find the output of the particular program. Program is given here. You want to find the output. Now see the exercise. In a exercise you want to solve these 3 questions. First question is write a C++ program to define a class employee having data members employee ID, employee name and employee salary. Accept and display the data for employees having salary greater than 25. Here in this program, you want to specify a class employee which having three data members. First one is the employee ID, second one is the employee name and third one is the employee. You want to accept the data for different employees, and after accepting the data, you want to display the only record of the employees whose salary is greater than 5. That's why in a display function, you want to check a condition. If the salary is greater than or equal to 25,000, then only you are displaying the record of particular employee. So, in short, you want to specify a one class EMP, then that employee class you want to specify a three variables, that is employee name, employee salary and employee ID. Then in a get data function, you are entering or you are accepting a data of employee as a employee name, then employee ID you are accepting, and then employee salary you are accepting. This is the function definition for the get data. Then function definition, you can write the function definition for the display function. In a display function, you want to first check the condition, that is if the salary of that particular employee is greater than or equal to 25,000, and if that is true, then only you are displaying a records of that particular employee. Then in a main function, you are creating an object of a class employee, as well as here for loop you have a variable I. So you can declare a variables that are required for a looping. That means here in a main function you are using a for loop for reading the data, accepting the data of objects one by one. So here you are using a for loop for accepting and displaying a data one by one. So here by using a for loop you are calling a get data function, and by using a for loop you are also calling a display function. So while you are executing this particular program, you will get the output as first you want to enter the details of the employee, then you will get the resultant employees whose salary is greater than 25,000. Okay. The next program is what? Write a C++ program to define a class city having data members name, population, accept and display data for 10 cities. In a lecture session, I was taken one example, refer that example, and here you want to solve this question. Here you want to specify a class as city. In that city class, you want to specify data members name, population. Okay, there are only two data members, and you want to define a accept member function to accepting a city name and population. Then display function is, you can write the display function to display the data of city. Then in a main function, here by using a for loop you are calling a accept and display function which is written in a city class. This is your second task. Then in a third question, here you want to find the output of the given program. You can refer these programs, output finding programs, for solve these two questions. You can also refer this program, okay, and solve these two questions. In this experiment, you want to solve the output of this program. Then in an exercise, you want to complete these three questions. Okay. Here your experiment number 7 is completed. Okay, thank you.